position where you want to place an element on the top of another element, or let's say on the top of each and every element side wise. Okay, but you are facing some problem to do that. So let me show you some examples. Let's say this is a simple website. So there is this navigation bar, and there is this paragraph, and there is this dialog box. So what I want this dialog box to be on the top of each and everything else. Okay, so let's see the HTML. So this is header, nothing fancy, and there is this main tag, and inside that main tag there is two elements. One is this div that is working as a dialog box, and this paragraph. Okay, so what do we want? We want this dialog on the top of each and everything else. So what is the CSS property to do that, or what is the solution to do that, right? Can you answer it? Think about it for a minute. So the first thing in your mind comes that we should increase the Z index value of this dialog box. Okay, so let's see, there is a CSS class dialog. So in our CSS there is this class dialog. Let's apply a Z index value. Okay, so Z index, let's set a very high value, let's say 99999, and so on. And this should work, correct? But no, so this is not working, and this is not happening with me only, but you also have faced a similar kind of situation in your project. So what the problem? Okay, so if you check the Z index of header. So let's say, so here the Z index of header is 2. Okay, and the Z index of dialog is this one. So it's way much greater than 2. Okay, so this should work, but it's not working somehow. I'll tell you in a minute why this is not working, and I will tell you a cool trick, or I'll give you a cool extension, browser extension, which will help you out to figure out this type of problems very easily in the end of the video. So let's discuss another problem. So let's say this is a landing page of a corporation. Okay, and this is their pricing model. So the designer gave you this design, and you built this UI, and everything is fine. Everything is working as expected, and when just about you are going to ship your site, then some guy from the marketing comes up, and he said, we need to promote this pro version. We need to emphasize this pro version to our customers, so that it can stand out from these two cards. Okay, so what do you want? He wants somehow to pull this card a little bit on the top of other two cards and make it a little bit wider. Okay, so let's do that. So what we can do, so let's say we have this primary class already applied on this article. So there is these three cards, one first, second, and this one third. So what we will do, we will increase its margin a little bit. Okay, increase the negative margin, so that will increase its width. Okay, so what I did, I put a G index 2. Why? Because the G index on the card is 1. So the each card has a value of Z index 1. So if I want this card on the top of these two cards, so I need a value greater than 1, right? So you can use any value which is greater than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want. Okay, so I choose 2 for the primary card, and this and a little bit negative margin, so this makes this card a little bit wider, and our design is good. We are good to go. So what I did, I just pushed the changes and then deployed it. Then someone from customer success team came up, and they reported a bug that some of my last changes broke something on the website. So you can see, right, what is broken right now. You can see this, the middle card is now getting on the top of our navigation bar. Okay, so these are the two problems. One is this, our dialog box is behind this navigation bar, and here that our card is overlapping, getting on the top of navigation bar. So these are not these are not the problems specific to me. These are very common problems which are faced due to z index. Okay. So I'll explain the situation, what is happening. Let's see. If you see at header, so we have a position relative and the g index too. So this combination, position relative, or there can be another position, absolute, relative, sticky. Okay, any of these values, and the along with the z index properties, these two forms stacking contact. Here this header forms a stacking context, and here in main we also have position relative and the g index one. So this forms another stacking context. Okay, so let's draw a simple diagram. Okay, so this is our header. Okay, and this is our main. So these two are two different stacking contexts. This is one and this is two. If we look back to the code, we can see that the g index of first context is 2 and the g index of second context is 1. So you can consider g index like a priority. So 1 is higher priority, so this is g index 1 and this is g index 2. Okay, now whatever elements you put inside this box, okay, they will always have a g index property relative to this one. Okay, so if we put let's say this is our dialog box, and if we put g index 99999 and so on. Okay, so this 9999 is not going to be greater than this g index. I written it wrong. So the g index value of this is 2 and the g index value of this is 1. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the g index value of this nav bar is 2 and the g index value of this is 1. Okay, so if you put g index value of any of the child of this second contact stacking context, let's say g index 999, so you can think of like it that the g index value, final g index value of this is going to be something like that, 1.99999, whatever you put, it's never going to be greater than 2. That's why this dialog was never coming up on the top of this navigation bar. Okay, understood? So what's the solution? Okay, this is the problem. So what's the solution? So the solution is so we can solve this problem by two ways. One is we can increase this value. Which one? This one. Okay, so we can increase this value, then this dialog will come on the top of this nav bar. Okay, so that's the one way to go. So let's say we solve this, let's say the 2, okay, or let's say this 3, and then this should work, right? Now the dialog is on the top of this one. Okay, we can remove this one and we can use very simple value 1. Okay, or 2, it will still come on the top of it. Okay, And there is one another way to solve this problem without using z-index. So that property is called, there is another CSS property that is called isolation. If you put the value of isolation to isolate, okay, so what it will does, it will create a stacking context without the need of z-index. So what we need, we want two different context. One is for header, another is for body. We can do this by just removing okay, we can remove this g-index, okay, and we can do isolate. This is our first context, and we can remove this as well, okay, isolate. Okay, now we can apply whatever g-index value you want on the dialog box. We can put 0, okay, and this is okay. So let's apply this solution to about this problem. So what is happening, I'll explain the problem. So the header, the g-index is 2, okay, first thing. And next, in the HTML, you see there is this section called pricing, and inside that pricing there is this article. There is 3 articles: card, and card. Okay. So there is only one stacking context, that is the header, which is being formed here. Okay. Whatever element which comes after header without the g-index property, so it will have a higher priority. Okay, so if we put a g-index value on the card greater than or equals to 2, so it will always come on the top of this snapper. So you see this g-index value 2 is equal to this g-index value, but since this primary card is after the navigation card, after the header, so it will come on the top. Okay, so how to resolve this problem? We can create a stacking context at the pricing level, at the parent of this card. So there is this class pricing. What we can do, we can put a position relative and g-index 1. Okay, so this g-index 1, so this context, a new stacking context is created at the pricing level, and the g-index value is 1. So even though the g-index value of this card is greater or equal to 2, it will not come on the top of it. So you can see we fixed our problem. You can see I put position relative and g-index. So this combination forms a stacking context. So this is not only the way to form a stacking context. There are other ways to form a stacking context, and this is a complete list of ways by which you can create a stacking context, and some of the stacking contexts are created by default on the page. So you can I'll put this link in the description. You can go and check it out. So let's apply another solution and solve this problem with a little bit cleaner way by using isolation property. So what we can do, we can avoid using these two, and we can create a stacking context with the isolation property. Isolate. It's a bit cleaner. And go ahead on the header level, and let's do that. So let's remove the g-index and isolate, and let's see, this is working out. Oh, I messed up something. What I did. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, understood. So these two stacking context is being created since we did not apply any g-index value here. Okay, so that's why these cards are coming at the top. Okay, you can see. So what we can do, we can put g-index value here. G-index, let's say 3. Okay, it should work. Yeah. So now both the context are separate and in isolation, and we can increase or decrease the g-index value with respect to its stacking context. So I hope this helped you, or this will help you make better decisions while using g-index in your project. Good luck. And if you really like this video, please like and subscribe. It will help me to create more content. Thank you. Bye.